Apologies for the slight delay. I had a bit of an issue starting the class, but it seems to be working okay now. Great. Come along in if you have booked a slot. It's a lovely, beautiful, sunny morning here in New Zealand, so I'm very lucky. I hope it's been a good day for those of you who've just finished your Monday. And today's class is all about quality time. We're going to read an article entitled "The Myth of Quality Time," and we're going to be discussing the idea of quality time. Do you think it's important? What is quality time? And also a little bit more about relationships. What do you think is important other than quality time? Do you feel that you have enough quality time with people in your life? All of those kinds of things. So if you'd like to practice your speaking, then come along in and join us. And if you have just recently joined us at Verbling, or perhaps you're just watching this somewhere else on the internet and thinking, where are you and what's going on here, you can visit us at verbling.com. If you'd like to find out more about any of the teachers who work at Verbling, then check out their teacher page. And if you'd like to check out mine, it's there in the chat box for you. All you need to do is change the name at the end of the link to check out any of the other teachers. And if you are a Facebook person, you might want to follow us on Facebook too. Keep an eye on what's going on throughout the week and keep your English learning on progress. So, let's say hello and see who we've got today. Let's say hi first of all to Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hi.
How are you? Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, it was nice, thank you.
Great.
Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you too, Anna. Did you cook anything over the weekend?
No.
On Friday we had well, it may have been Thursday for you guys. We had a writing class and shared some recipes, and actually I haven't cooked any of them yet either, Anna, so there you go. We've still got that to do. Anna, what do you think about the idea of quality time? What is quality time to you? What does it mean?
It means the way that you spend your time, your work-life balance,
Yep.
the way that you spend to hang out with your family, friends, people that are important to you, and also doing things that you enjoy doing, your hobbies, and so forth.
Okay, great. That's a really lovely definition. I really like the way that you've included several different things. How do you feel about your own life, Anna? Do you feel like you do have plenty of quality time or not enough?
Not enough, to be honest. Yes, I have to work 40 hours per week. I want to improve my English, and everyone is busy all the time. You know, we don't have all meals together. Each one has a different schedule, so I don't have uh, the amount of quality time that I'd like to.
Okay. All right. I think a lot of us are probably in the same position, Anna, but thanks for starting us off with a bang. Welcome. Lovely to have you as always. Julian, hello and welcome.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Really good.
Excellent.
Really good. Yes.
How was you're really, really, really good, Julian.
No,
Why?
it was a good weekend. I received the salmon with wine with my family.
Great.
I went out to walk with some friends. No camping, but yes, to walk to the natural park near to here, near to the town. No more, but it's really good.
Great. I'm glad you had a nice weekend. Sounds wonderful.
Yes,
so it sounds as if you had some quality time with your friends, Julian.
Yes, it was a great quality time with my friends. Maybe because it's very important to have the quality time with the people that love you Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Keep going.
okay, no.
I was gonna say, what do you think makes time quality time? What's the difference between quality time and non-quality time?
Um, Maybe the difference between quality time and other times uh, would be uh, in this time you are with the first you are sharing different experience with people that you love and they love you, and then you trust in them and them trust in you, and
Mhm.
that makes the times are more happy. You tell a lot of your things, a lot of your talks to them and them to you, and you learn, you relax, you improve new things, and so you enjoy every time. That's the difference with the other times. Maybe in the work time you don't enjoy all time.
Yeah, true. All right, thank you, Julian. It's really nice. I'm
Okay.
just gonna ask some of you, just to define what you think. What is quality time? Because I think it does change. I think, and we've already had from Anna and Julian some really nice ideas. So thank you guys. Welcome. Ali, hello and welcome.
Hello.
Good to see you.
How are
How was
you?
your weekend?
Yeah, it's a normal weekend, but because it's a Thursday, to back
Wonderful.
from long vacation, so it's back to work from a
Back
long
to work.
vacation.
So you had a,
Yeah,
a little vacation?
long vacation,
Great. Where did you
7
go
days.
somewhere or?
No, just a vacation to a festival in Egypt. Just I spend relaxing in my home.
Okay, wonderful. So it was like some kind of a festival, and you just didn't have to go to work, but you stayed at home and had perhaps quality time with your family, dog, TV.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. And how do you feel about this idea of quality time, Ali? What do you think quality time is for you?
Yeah, I think that all people have 24 hours, is the same 24 hour. So the distinguish between a people or different between a people that how to spend the 24 hour, because yeah, some people maybe spend a 24 hour or maybe 20 20 hour for sleeping and the other for walking, but maybe yeah but maybe as another people maybe spend a 4 hour how to spend the real 24 hour, or how to get to be efficient all day.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point.
Yes.
So we all have 24 hours, the exact same amount of time, but we all do very different things with it. So something to think about. Thank you, Ali, and welcome. Who's next? Ksenia, how are you today?
Hello, I'm fine.
Great. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, because it was the first weekend after my vacation. So,
Wonderful. How
yeah,
was your holiday?
it's okay. It's
Not
okay.
not did something was it just average or was it reasonably good or maybe not so good?
It was good, but I think I need rest after this vacation because we went to the Europe and we went for in average 20
kilometers per day.
Hmm.
So my feet are tired.
You need a holiday after your holiday, Ksenia.
Yes.
I know the feeling. I think often that happens. It's more of a trip maybe than a holiday. So you went exploring, but you didn't exactly rest up.
Yes, wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go. Yes.
Yep, all day. And did
Yes.
you discover any new exciting places or foods or anything?
I discovered that Rome nowadays is very dirty and full of garbage and homeless people.
Gosh, that's surprising.
Yes.
I haven't ever been to Rome, so I have no idea what it's like there. But maybe the economic situation has had an impact.
Yes, I think it's very, very bad.
Oh, that's a shame. And did you still enjoy your time in Italy, or was it a bit of a shock?
It was the second time I was there, and the first time I was there only for maybe 2 days, and I didn't understand quietly what the Rome in the natural how to say. And the second time I understood that yes, it is not very good city for living, I think.
Yeah, okay. Wow, that's interesting, Ksenia. A different perspective to what you thought, perhaps.
Yes.
All right. Well, interesting point that you've just been on holiday, and did you go with your husband?
Yes, of course.
So tell me about quality time on holiday. Do you think holiday equals quality time or not?
I think yes, because it's very, I don't know how to say. So it's um, two things in one. So I spend time with my husband
Mhm.
all day long, and I discover something new. I eat delicious food. I breathe um, in how to say good air, but not dream, of course, because it was awful air, honestly. But the another trip, yes, I think it's a great way to make a quality time or have a quality time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a holiday is kind of one of those typical quality time type of sections of life. And actually, we're going to look at that in our articles a little bit. So we'll talk about that a bit more later. Thank you, Ksenia, and welcome.
Thank you.
Maria, how are you?
Hi, teacher. I am sick.
Oh, what are you sick with, Maria? Have you got a cold?
I am flu and I don't have my normal voice. I don't know what is the name.
You've lost your voice. Or maybe
Yes.
you have a croaky voice. Oh, that's terrible, Maria. I'm sorry to hear that. You've got an autumn cold because the weather's changing, maybe.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
that is the changing weather.
definitely. Happens to me as well. You're going to have to spend some quality time with your bed, Maria.
Yes, I know, but I hate it.
Where are you? Are you on the sofa with a blanket or something?
More or less, I am on the chair with a blanket.
Good. Well, make sure the blanket doesn't fall off. And if you leave suddenly, we'll know that you got too tired and sick and had to go to bed early, okay?
Okay, thanks.
What do you think about quality time, Maria? Jokes aside about being with your bed,
Yeah.
do you have quality time in your life, do you think?
Yes, but I think that I don't have enough
Okay.
because right now I am studying all time English to get my goal, and these hours of study takes a long time of my life and my leisure time.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're making a sacrifice for your
I
English
know.
right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes,
think probably.
I am
Mhm.
sorry. I am just focusing on English right
Yeah.
now.
hmm I think this is an interesting point that you bring up, Maria, because learning a language is very time consuming.
Yes.
And I think that probably all of the students who are on Verbling have the same issue, that it just takes a long time. It takes a lot of time up practicing and studying and everything that you need to do. So a good point that you have
Yes.
raised. And how about your family or your friends? Do they feel that they're not seeing you enough, or do you feel that
Yes,
you?
I don't see enough. My family see every day because I live together with them, but my friends I don't usually see
Mhm.
too much because I know that it is a madness. But for me, the time is not enough to study English. The hours which I spend in my day by day uh, don't sorry uh, I think that I don't explain you, sorry. I am
It's
lost.
okay.
The hours which I spend by my day uh, are are not enough.
Mhm.
I don't explain because, for example, I need to listen 2 hours American radio. After this, doing a listening. There aren't.
It uses up a lot of time. Agreed.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, yeah, I think that's a very good point. Thank you for sharing that, Maria. And
Thank you.
welcome to the class. I think what we might do is talk about this a bit more after you've read the article. Perhaps we can share some ideas of how to reduce the amount of time, or maybe save time when you're learning. Maybe you guys have got some tips on how to, I don't know, use up that time that you spend waiting in queues for things or something like that. We'll see. But welcome, Maria. I hope you get well soon. Mustafa, hello. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Great. How's life? How's the weekend going?
It's been good. I cannot complain because if I
Good.
complain, I will go to the hell.
All right, so that sounds good. What do you think about this idea of quality time, Mustafa? Do you feel the same as some of the others that you don't have enough quality time?
I don't know, like, but for me, actually, time is equal to emotion. And people like the most common thing I hear people usually talking about, like time we have to do list. And I think to do list is the most boring thing you have ever done in your life because to-do lists lead to boring thing each day, like each day you have to make to-do list and what I have to do without maybe any purpose or something like this. So I think maybe to-do list is more effective in the old days before maybe ages when but there were no technology or there are not a lot of things. As you know, like today we have maybe family life, we have work life, we have a lot of things, so we have to do each day. So if we don't have like effective methods and we change to-do list, we cannot achieve or fulfill our goals. So I think time is equal to emotion because, and also like in order to achieve what we have to do or our goals. So we have maybe to focus on something that we really want and keep what we don't really want to do. Like because if you focus on something negative, that would lead you to something negative, and maybe it is 100% failure. I cannot say like when you focus on something that you really want maybe and say I'm gonna go directly toward this goal, you won't face any problem. You will face some problem in future at some point, but you can achieve at least maybe 90% of of what you really want. So like I think to-do lists, this is the wrong idea and this is a little boring. I don't know. I have a campaign against it because it like drain your energy and like it's lead you to boring thing each day. So like for example, also there's also another point, like really important, like technology. Technology, I don't know if you think like it is good for us or not, because we think like technologies make the work more easier and made us like maybe achieve our goals or something like that. Also, I confess that it can help at some point, but also like for example, you now keep your phone in your pocket whenever you go, and maybe you receive the work email in your phone when you go maybe on a vacation or something like that. So this is like make the work more complex and maybe waste your time or something like that. So we need to do like not doing to-do list, but some focus on something that we really want and focus on the purpose. Why do we want this thing? And then how can we achieve this? And there's like a rapid planning method, RPM, and this is like a cool method so you can achieve
All right.
the most effective time you have in your life. So this is what I really want. I hope I didn't take a lot of time.
Mustafa, it was quality time, don't worry. Thank you. Mustafa, maybe you could write a link or a little something in the chat box in case some of the students are interested in your little method for achieving things. But I think what you were saying really is that you need to make your priorities clear so that you spend time on the things that are important to you and you don't accidentally waste a lot of time on things that just pop up, because so many things pop up. As you say, technology is a bit of an interesting one because it definitely helps, but does it also use up a lot of time? All right, thank you, Mustafa. Welcome, lovely to have you. Ramon, hello.
Hello, Emmy, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Have I met you before, Ramon?
Yes, but long time ago.
All right, well, it's lovely to see you again. Just remind me, which country are you from?
I am from Brazil.
Brazil, okay, wonderful. Welcome to the class. We've been talking about quality time. So Ramon, what do you think about quality time? What is quality time for you personally? I think Ramon lives next to a train station.
Yes, I am next to one nowadays.
That's okay, don't worry, Ramon. Okay, tell us, quality time for you. When do you feel like you've had quality time?
Okay, I think quality time is when you can spend your time with someone you like, or you can spend your time doing things you like to do.
Okay. So it's like a choice about what you spend your time on?
Yes, most of times it's like a choice because sometimes, unfortunately, we can choose everything we are going to do. But I think it's that. I think we have. I think it's good when we can enjoy our time, and of course avoid spending time with something that is not important to our lives.
Yeah. All right, nice and succinct. Thank you, Ramon. Lovely. Welcome to the class. And I'll just say hello to Anam. Hello, Anam.
Hi.
Is that how I say your name?
Anam.
Anam. Okay, wonderful. Welcome. It's lovely to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Pakistan.
Pakistan. Okay. Well, Anam, we've been discussing quality time. What is your view on quality time? Do you feel like you have quality time in your life?
Yeah, I have quality time for my kids because I really care about my kids and for my husband. So I always, I always try my best to give them quality time when I am free and when I am back to home from my work. So I always try to give them my most of time, and that is quality time, obviously, because I really love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to yeah, give attention to my kids. So
that's
I
wonderful,
always try.
Anna. Do you find it difficult to find the time that you would like to spend with your family, with working and all of the chores that you have to do, for daily life, or do you find that you've got quite a good balance?
In the morning time, in the morning time, mostly I am busy in my work, and because I am a doctor, I am busy with patients and I go to hospital. But when I am off from work, so I am most half of the time I am with my family, and I do balance with them, because there should be balance within between your family and between your work. It's a good thing.
Wow, well done. Inspirational. Thank you, Adam. Lovely to have you today and welcome. So guys, we're going to
Thank
read.
you
It's
so
not
much.
a long article, but it's just kind of an interesting one. So if you'd like to click on the link, it's just there for you in the chat box. And I'll share it in the other chat box as well, in case some of you can't see that one. And thanks, Mustafa, for sharing your rapid planning method. I might check that out after class. So what we're going to do is read, and I'm going to ask Ali if you could start with the title, please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the maze of quality time.
Great. This is myth, this word here, myth.
Yeah, the maze of quality time.
Great. Thank you, Ali. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a picture of a sundial. And Ali, could you continue reading, please? Every summer.
Yeah, every summer for many years now, my family has kept to our routine. To us, my spelling, my dad, our better halves, my nieces and nephews, find a beach house big enough to fit the whole unruly clan. We journey to it from our different states and time zones. We intensely divvy up bedrooms, trying to remember how fared poorly or well on the previous trip, and we filling ourselves at one another for 7 days and 7 nights.
Thank you, Ali. Wonderful. This word here is pronounced ritual. Ritual.
Ritual.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you for getting us started. All right, so we've gone straight into the article. There may be a few things that you want to ask. Are there any words or phrases here that you don't understand, guys?
What is halves?
Sorry, I just accidentally got rid of the screen share. There we go. Halves.
Yes.
In this case, we're using it to talk about the other person in your relationship. So if you're the wife, your other half, or your better half in this case, is your husband, or if you're the boyfriend, then your other half is the girlfriend. It's the other person in your relationship. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Journey.
One.
Oh, sorry.
No, come on, go ahead.
You first.
Okay. Divvy.
To
We
divvy up.
think about divvy. Divvy up. Yes.
Yeah. To divvy up is a slang phrase. Does anyone know what it is?
Share.
Yeah, literally divide up the bedrooms. It's like to share, as Ksenia said, something between different people. So if you have like a room with, 4 beds, 2 bunk beds and a double, everybody rushes in there and chooses the bed they want, basically. Thank you, Ksenia. Any others?
Teacher.
Mm-hmm.
The journey, I know what is a trip, but in this case is travel.
Yes, this is a verb in this case. We journey to it, we travel to it. Correct. Any other questions? Okay. Right, let's continue reading. Anna, could you carry on for us, please?
That's right, a solid week. It's that part of the ritual that mystifies many of my friends, who endorse family closeness, but think that there can be entirely too much of it. Wouldn't a long weekend suffice? And wouldn't it ward off a few spats of simplified planning?
Could you just read this one too, Anna?
The answer to the second question is yes, but to the first, an emphatic no.
Thank you. Anna, this word here is pronounced suffice.
Suffice.
Yes. Right. Questions?
Teacher ward of.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Mustafa, what?
Word of the last line, first word. Or first phrasal verb.
The last line, first phrasal verb?
Yeah, ward of.
Ward off. Ward off.
Ward of.
Ah, here. Okay. Ward off. Does anyone know what this means?
Keep away.
Yes. Thank you, Maria. It means to keep something away, Mustafa, okay?
Okay.
Or to kind of avoid in a way, or make something go away. Yeah. Any other questions?
And
Teacher, spirits.
This one? Spats. What's a spat?
Spat.
Does anyone know?
It's like fights, arguing.
Exactly. It's an insignificant argument. Just like, that's my bed. No, it's not. I got here first. That kind of argument, okay? Any others?
Okay, thank you.
mystifies, like something weird or strange.
Mystifies.
Mystifies.
Yeah, it means to make someone confused or be confused about something. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
All right, let's continue. And Anam, could you please read from here?
I used to think that shorter would be better, and in the past I arrived for these beach vacations a day late or fled 2 days early, telling myself that I had to when in truth I also wanted to, because I crave my space and my quiet, and because I am weary of marinating in sunscreen and discovering sand in strange places. But in recent years, I have showed up at the start and stayed for the duration, and I have noticed a difference.
Thank you. Lovely reading. Any questions about Anam's section?
Teacher, because I worry of, I don't know how to pronounce the second word. Marinating.
Yes, marinating. Marinating.
Yeah.
Do you know what marinating means, Mustafa?
No, I don't know.
Does anyone else know?
Well, I don't know. Put too much sunscreen.
Yes, it does mean that, Maria. Maria, you're right. Well done. But to marinate something in like a sort of in a normal sense is basically when you're cooking. If you have a meat or a fish or something that you want to absorb a flavor, then you put a sauce on it and then you put it in the fridge or you leave it to absorb the sauce. And that sauce is called a marinade and it's marinating. So if you marinate in sunscreen, then you've got lots and lots and lots of sunscreen on. Oh, right. So, Ksenia, could you tell us quickly what has happened? What is this article talking about?
About a relationship in a big family. For the first time, he hated to visit this place, but when it's a man, I think, wrote this article. When he became more older, he started to like it.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, thank you. Let's continue. Julian, could you read from here with a more expansive?
With more expensive stretch, there are better chances that it will around of precise. Random moment when one of me nephew drops in word and solicits my advice about something private, or when one of my niece will need someone other than her parents to tell her that she's smart and beautiful, or when one of my siblings will flash back an incident from our childhood and makes us laugh uncontrollably, and suddenly the cozy, happy chain of our love is changing that much bigger.
And this line here?
There is simply no real substitute for physical presence.
Great, thank you, Julian. A couple of words to go over quickly. So this one here is private.
Private.
And this one is nieces.
Nieces.
Yeah, you might have nice nieces, okay? And this one, tighter.
Tighter.
Brilliant. Right, does anyone have any questions? No questions? Okay. All right, so we're talking about a family holiday, as Ksenia says, where there's a chance to actually spend some quality time with your family. And in this last section, they just mention that if you're there for longer, you might actually be around to experience the quality time. You need a certain amount of time in order to relax around your family and actually get something out of it. So, do any of you relate to this? Does anyone here go on a family holiday, or did you ever have a regular annual family holiday with anybody in your family? No? How do you guys feel about spending time with your extended family? So not your husband or your children, but maybe your parents or your parents-in-law or your brothers and sisters-in-law. Do you ever spend time with them at special times of the year, like Christmas or other religious festivals? And how do you feel about it?
I spend time with my extended family in Christmas, but for me it is enough.
Why, Maria?
Because all people talk about a lot about what is going on in this year, or what it happened with him or her, for me the situation is very tiring.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think it's yeah, go ahead.
You must talk with people who you don't really like, although they are your family.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Maria. I think this is almost like something that everybody jokes about, but in reality, it is something that you have to deal with because, you know, families are not always people who you would choose. Is there anyone here who doesn't really ever see their family much, or doesn't have a very big family and doesn't have to do this?
I know one interesting phrase, but I know by whom it phrase it's so it's great to have a big family, but in the other town or city. So I think big family is a big problem because I think it's very difficult to speak with big family because everyone has a different interests and topics for speak, and maybe he or she want to speak about pets and you hate cats and dogs and you don't want to speak about it. So I think it's very difficult and uncomfortable to speak with person you don't know actually and see one time or two times in a year.
Yeah, absolutely, Ksenia. Good point. I find it really difficult as well because you have basically you may not have anything in common apart from the fact that your husband's married to your husband's brother is married to this person or something like that, some random connection through the family, but you actually don't really have anything in common and it's really difficult to get on with them. Okay, so we all have this problem, or a lot of us do. Let's continue reading and see what happens next. So it's your turn, Ksenia, please. We delude ourselves.
We delude ourselves when we say otherwise. When we invoke and venerate quality time in short one phrase with a debatable promise that we can plan instances for extraordinary candor, plot episodes and exquisite tenderness, engineer intimacy, and an appointed hour.
Thank you, Ksenia. All right, so this is a bit of a tricky paragraph. Would anyone like to ask any questions about those little phrases?
I have a question. What does that mean, the engineer intimacy? So.
To engineer intimacy. Okay, so to engineer something means to create it, to try to make it happen. And intimacy is like when you share something that's very important to you, or you share something that you don't share with everybody. If you're intimate, then you are revealing a part of yourself that is precious or special or private. Okay? So basically what it's saying is that if you try to make that happen by having quality time, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to plan for people to be very, very truthful and tell us their honest truth, that we're trying to, plot tenderness, and we're trying to create intimacy at a specified time because we're like, okay, it's quality time, let's start sharing, where it can't really happen like that, right? So, Maria, could you carry on reading the next part? We can try.
We can try. We can cordon off one meal each day or 2 afternoons each week and with them of distractions. We can choose a setting that encourages relation and uplifts. We can fill it with totems and frippery. A balloon for a child, sparkling wine for a spouse, that sign our celebration and create a sense of the sacred.
Great.
What is frippery?
Frippery, Maria.
Frippery.
Good question. Does anyone know? It's a bit of an unusual word, but you may be able to figure it out. Does anyone know?
Frippery, I think it's a star for Christmas tree.
Yes. Good example, Ksenia. It's like unimportant crap, basically, but kind of fun crap. So, like a balloon. It's completely pointless, but actually it's quite fun. I don't know whether you'd agree that sparkling wine is pointless, but it's something that you would have as a special occasion to cheer up an event, like a balloon or a present or something like that. It's not really meaningful, but it is quite fun. Any other questions?
And create a sense of the sacred.
What does create a sense of the sacred mean? Good question. Anyone like to try answering? No? All right. So, Anna, it basically means that you're trying to manufacture a special moment. You're trying to create a feeling that something is sacred or special. That you're trying to just make it out of nothing rather than it happening by itself. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so let's continue reading. And Mustafa, your turn. And there's no doubt.
Okay. And there is no doubt that the degree of intentiveness that we bring to an occasion ennobles or demeans it. Better to spend 15 focused, responsive minutes than 30 utterly distracted ones.
Keep going.
So, okay, but people tend not to operate on cue. At least our moods and emotions don't. We reach out for help at odd points. We bloom at unpredictable ones. The surest, or I don't know how to pronounce it, the surest way to the surest way to the surest way to see the brightest colors or the darkest one is to be watching and waiting and ready for them.
Great. Well done. Thank you. Questions?
Teacher, degree of attentiveness.
The degree of attentiveness.
Degree of attentiveness.
Attentiveness is how much attention you are paying to something, Mustafa. Are you paying full attention, or are you checking your phone whilst talking to your daughter and cooking, for example? That's not very much attention. Focused attention is you sit down, you face your daughter, and you're doing nothing but listen to her, right?
Yeah.
So the degree of attentiveness is basically how much attention you're giving something. Okay?
Okay. And also, teacher, what's am I pronouncing it correct? Cue? On a cue? To operate on a cue?
Yes, a cue. What is a cue?
I don't know.
Anyone know? Nobody? Maria?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Q. This.
A cue. A cue.
Q. I don't know. I have
Okay,
no
a
idea.
cue. If you imagine a play at a theatre, what happens with the actors is that one actor says their lines, and then once they've finished, another actor says their lines, and then maybe someone will walk in across the stage, but each person is listening to the person before them to get their cue. The cue is like the signal. When somebody finishes a line or says a particular word, that's like a signal for somebody to do something else. And if they don't do that, then it's called missing your cue because you haven't got the signal, and then it all goes wrong. So you're like a real team. If you do something on cue, it means that you're doing it at when somebody tells you to, when the signal arrives, rather than spontaneously. And so what it's really saying is that it's difficult to, share with people and spend quality time on purpose. You can't force it. It's an interesting concept. I want to know what you guys think of it. I'm going to ask Anna. Anna, we've been reading this article so far, and the author's exploring a couple of different things. What do you feel about what he said so far? Do you think that it is possible to create quality time, or is it spontaneous?
I think it's possible to create if you are willing to.
Yes.
Well, people can try to develop a bond with people that are important, Yes.
Keep going. You were going to say something else, I think. No, you finished, Anna? Okay. So Anna thinks that you can do it if you want to. Interesting idea. Ksenia, what do you think?
I'm sorry, Amy, can you repeat?
Yeah, the question basically is, do you think that it's possible to create a quality time, or is it something that just happens kind of spontaneously?
No, I think if you're in a good mood and you want to do it, I think it's easily to do it, but if you don't want to do it, I think you not to do it. I think it depends on kind of person and situation.
All right. Thank you. Ramon, I want to ask you, because we haven't heard from you for a little while, what do you think about quality time? Who is important to you? Is it your close family? Is it your friends? Who are those people who you definitely want to invest in with quality time?
Well, it depends on the day, and it depends on the time as well. Because I guess families, of course, they are very important to create a quality time. But sometimes it's interesting to be with your friends and try to do the same thing.
Okay.
And of course, it depends on your mood.
Yeah, which is, I guess, what the author's saying right here, Ramon, that it's sort of difficult to manufacture it. However, perhaps like Anna says, if you, and Ksenia mentioned this too, if you have the will and you specify a particular amount of time, then it's more likely to happen than not, I guess. Ramon, could you read a little bit more? Yeah. Could you read for us?
Okay.
That's reflected.
That's reflected in a development that Claire Kane Miller and David Straitfield wrote about in the Times last week. They noted that a workplace culture that urges new mothers and fathers to hurry back to their how can I pronounce this word? Cubicles is beginning to shift, and they cited more family-friendly policies at Microsoft and Netflix, which have extended the leave that parents can take.
Keep going one more.
How many parents will step off less track and avail themselves of this remains to be seen. But those who do will be deciding that the quantity of time with their brood matters as much as the intensity of it.
Thank you. All right, any questions about those two paragraphs?
No.
Anyone else? No. Okay. So this is talking about what? Julian. What's this paragraph talking about?
I think it's talking about the old customs are important now because maybe these times the people and families have a lack of policies like the article about I don't say how they interact between them, because in some case the world change, now and are changing every day, and most of these behaviors of the world have been included into the family, but that behaviors are not good for the families. And maybe I don't know. I'm showing in clear form that I'm trying to say, but it's maybe the problem now it's now the quality time, because the quality time it's important for all, but maybe the people are losing our basic behaviors and basic tips to get a healthy relationship between him and his families.
Absolutely.
Because maybe now the youngest talk quite different about us, and that's they believe that they express in this way into the family, and maybe it's not the right way, and the old people think in the same way. But to conclude, I think that we need to back in the history, back in the time, to get again a good behaviors for healthy relationship among the family.
Thank you, Julian. That's kind of like a really lovely way to sum up the end of the class. And I think it's a bit similar to what Mustafa was saying, that we need to prioritize. And if you feel like you don't have enough quality time, maybe you're like Maria and you're sacrificing it just for a period of time. But it's still really important. So don't forget to try and include it in your life somehow. And yes, don't forget RPM. Check it out. I will too. See you later. Guys, have a good day. I will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. See you.